Guys, Tarrix here. Here we go, guys. This is my Inzektor tips and tricks. And yeah, basically some of the standard combos. At the end of the video, you can click. You can click anytime at the annotation up here. There will be some annotation that lets you jump to the actual deck profile of the deck, which I'm using to illustrate this. But first off, I'm gonna talk about Inzektors Sword. I'm not running this card, and there are several reasons for this. The first thing is I don't play in the USA. USA has a lot of Dino Rabbits, a lot of Chaos Dragons, more Chaos Dragons than we have in Denmark. We have so many troll decks or stuff like that. So basically what Inzektors Sword would do is it gives OTK potential, but your opponent can hit it, and can hit it hard. And it's not that useful again because you just go minus from the hand. I might try out one for I'm gonna show the cards later, so which I would take out for it, but only one. I would never play two, because when I played three of them, two hoppers as the old build was, they were clogging so much. There was so much dead draw. I know maybe it's just me, but they were just dead. But playing these cards, you have to consider what are you playing against. A Dino Rabbit, they are perfectly broken with, also or against. Also the same goes for Hopper. The same thing here. You need to know where you play and what they rule where you play, because at bigger tournaments, the head judge will always decide whether the fact you can use it first turn or you can't. Some people say you can activate the fact because it allows you, it doesn't require that you attack directly, and others say that you cannot attack directly first turn, so that's why you can't use this. But yeah, you have to consider that, and that's basically why I'm not playing this combo with Hopper and Sword, because Hopper obviously lets you search into Hornets and stuff like that, so you can go aggressive with this caliber. Alright, as to the standard combo, I guess you know already, but I will be showing it anyways. You got a Dragonfly, use its effect, equip Hornet. Hornet pops one card on the field. Yeah, doesn't matter where it is. Special summon the Centipede. Centipede's effect, equip the Hornet, pop one more, and then you add a Dragonfly to your hand. Again, if you already have a Dragonfly, you would basically go for Gigamantis instead, because Gigamantis lets you do stuff. So that is the standard combo. Now there are different ways you can use this combo actually, because let's take a look at one of them is exceeding. You can either exceed into something defensive like Zen mains, or something aggressive like Leviathan. Yeah, Leviathan Dragon. But what you also can do is just sit on them. Just don't exceed with them. Obviously, your opponent will try Dark Hole if it is, but I mean, I play 10 traps and double chainable back rows of spells, so it's 12 traps in total. Plus, your opponent has to attack both of your monsters, which makes it actually pretty solid just to set 2 back row, and then you can pass the turn. If your opponent doesn't get rid of these cards, you have to use the cards on the field. So basically, what you have several options now. If he has several back rows, I can highly suggest that you use Centipede's effect first, because Dragonfly summons to the field. That means it's vulnerable to turn into a tribute or stuff like that. So basically, what you do is, if you added, let's say if you added a Dragonfly to your hand last turn, go for Hornet, pop one back row. If he has too many back rows, you might not wanna use the Dragonfly's effect. But of course, Hornet pops before he can activate anything, or before he can activate, yeah, but before Dragonfly summons anything. So in case he has two, it's no problem. Um, Also, so yeah, that's just one thing what you can simply do with this combo. Another one is if you have, like, let's say you start off with Centipede Hornet combo. You add a Dragonfly to your hand. You wouldn't just summon, if he has one card on his field, one back row. You wouldn't summon Dragonfly just to pop it and special summon. I mean, yeah, special summon is more broken than adding to the hand. Basically because it's a little tour guide, if you can say so. But you can just stall with the Centipede. Just pop his back, or even just, you might even just, if you have already set up on your hand so much, you can just attack with 21 instead of 16. And afterwards you might pop his back row, so, oh, but yeah, alright, so here we go again, second clip, second day. I want to take it from here. Now you basically got all the standard combos. So we get into the more into the more advanced combo now with Gigamantis, or you could also make it with a sword instead of the Gigamantis. Doesn't matter. I will be having a link in the description to a lot of OTK versions when playing two swords, but I am only playing one. It gives enough OTK potential for me as it is. But let's just take Gigamantis instead, since Gigamantis is, I think, better than sword. So what you do is summon Dragonfly. Use its effect to equip Hornet from either the graveyard or your hand. Then from your hand you use Inzektor Gigamantis' effect to equip it to Dragonfly. Now you can activate the Hornet's effect. It destroys one card, but first off, it goes to the graveyard. It activates on the field, targets one card and destroys it. Then it goes to the graveyard. Then the Gigamantis gets destroyed. So it gets to the graveyard. So two cards went to the graveyard which were equipped to the Dragonfly. This means that Dragonfly gets to special summon twice. Plus, you have the Gigamantis effect also going off. So first off, you get special summon one from the graveyard, which will be mostly the Hornet, or if it's late game, you're just better set with special summoning a Dragonfly or a Centipede. But then with the Dragonfly, you get to special summon double Centipede, or whatever you like to special summon here. This is a pretty good combo, since now you have basically OTK potential, like really much OTK potential. You could just go for, if you have a lot of spells and traps or stuff like that, just equip the Giga with Hornet's effect, so he gets 24, and then you got 4,000 there and 6,600 right there. You could also just overlay, like, if you want to keep the Dragonfly in the field, you can overlay these two, make Zen mains, whatever you would like to do here. So yeah, that's the more advanced combo. I would say, at least if the Gigamantis is a sword instead. With the Hornet, you then pop the sword. You gets 2 special summons, so you will special summon double centipede. Then with the sword you add the hornet to the hand. It doesn't matter, but yeah. Then you can go hornet on 1 centipede. Its effect goes off, and or this card will go to the graveyard, destroy, yeah, whatever you like. You could destroy the dragonfly. Then you can add like a centipede or something. Equip centipede, Gigamantis to centipede. Use centipede's effect to add equip the hornet. You go pop these 2 cards. Then you get double search with this card. So you can search for a dragonfly and a sword, or a hornet if you like. And with the Gigamantis effect, you get to special summon the dragonfly. Now you have plays again, because now the dragonfly can equip hornet, and then from your hand you equip sword to the dragonfly. Now with hornet, you pop the sword, and now you actually got somewhat of a loop, because now you get double special summon with that. Keep in mind you have a dragonfly on your hand, so you're pretty good to set. Good to go, it's called. But then, yeah, you special summon a centipede and let's just say a hornet from the deck because of dragonfly's effect. Plus, with the sword's effect, you get to add the Gigamantis to your hand. This means that this Gigamantis has been reset. So now I can use that one again. And you basically got game right here. You can do so many things. You can exceed, you can just let it be like this, you can equip the Gigamantis again. You can overlay a lot of stuff. You can overlay these 2 and these 2, and then you can again do the same thing with Gigamantis and all that stuff. There's so many plays in this, but yeah, that's the kind of more advanced plays. But it has so many options. You can go for any exceed you like to, almost. One of them will be a Photon Strike Bouncer, which I'm gonna show you basically right now. Photon Strike Bouncer is pretty good, and I need to get one. I don't have it right now, but I will order it as soon as I get paid. So that will be pretty soon, in a few days. So Photon Strike Bouncer allows you to negate an effect on the opponent's side of the field, and he loses 1,000 life points. The 1,000 life points I don't really care about. It's the thing with negating effects. It's like a Lagi or a Dolka for Inzektors, which is pretty much broken ass. It doesn't require that much, but it will be more of a late game play. Yeah, and not that much in early gameplay, because what you need is, well, let's say you have Dragonfly. You go Hornet, pop something. You then get to special summon with the Dragonfly. You can special summon anything you like. You can special summon the Centipede or the Hornet. I mean, that's not anything, but you have these 2 options. Also, another option is if you have yeah, sorry. Let's stick it to here. Let's take it from here. Now you have, let's take a centipede because that's more obvious. Then if it's a late game, you would probably have some of the Inzektors already in your graveyard, which means basically you have maybe these 2 in your graveyards or something like that. If these survives, so that, yeah, this requires that it is a bit late gameplay, but it's not impossible. It's definitely not impossible. So you could also make it in tons of other ways, but I'm just gonna tell you how the main thing is how you do it. You use the one card's effect, use the other one's effect, and basically they are level 6 now, because all the standard Inzektors, like these 3 guys, they add 3 levels to the monster they're equipped to. So basically these 2 are level 6, and then you basically just overlay to a rank 6. You can also do it with like, let's say Dragonfly. You have any yeah, you have like, I don't know, if you have like a centipede on your field, instead of using these two to overlay, you could just go for Hornet, pop something on your opponent's side of the field, then special summon the Gigamantis. Since it doesn't require a level 4 or lower like most do, now you can just use the centipede's effect, since it hasn't been used its effect, and now you got 2 level 6s again. You can overlay, or it will obviously go to the graveyard. There's just a few ways to make it. Another play that you could do to get it out, it's also again a more of a late game play with the Ladybug. I haven't seen any ways to do it early so far, but obviously if you have the sword and Gigamantis plus Dragonfly and a Hornet, you can pretty much make it first turn. It just requires some materials and stuff like that. So, but yeah. Now it's a late game play. It does go over 2 turns, but with safe zone and stuff like that, you can pretty much protect your monsters without problem. You send the Ladybug to the graveyard to add this card's level by 2. Then you get to special summon with this with the Dragonfly. Special summon 1 centipede. Now centipede's effect. If it's a Dragonfly, it's just better, but mostly it would be a centipede. I haven't actually. It's kind of rare that you have a Dragonfly in your graveyard. Mostly it's just Hornets and centipedes. But yeah, you again do the same thing. Put Ladybug, edit, and then send Ladybug to the graveyard to add the Dragonfly's level by 1. This still works because Dragonfly gets to target 1 Inzektor monster on the field and adds its level with something. Now you can add anything you like. You could go for adding a Dragonfly, or you could add a Gigamantis, and well, let's just say you have a safe zone on the field, which is, or a set, which is more than likely that you have actually, because have so much drawing and setup power. So you can just go for Gigamantis. Now you're pretty much set to go, because next turn you can do whatever you like. You could do Ladybug again and add this card's level by 2. So it's a level 5 now, and this one is still a level 6. You get to special summon with the Dragonfly. You can special summon a centipede or whatever you like to. Then you do the same thing with this centipede. Ladybug again, add this by 1 only, so it's also a level 6. Now you got 2 level 6s at this point. Plus you could also do it with this one afterwards. Ladybug, yeah, and basically you have all the options at this point, because then you can add a Dragonfly or a Hornet or whatever you like, and you're pretty much set to go from there. But yeah, let's go into the deck list. I hope this isn't too long, but I kind of wanted to make it, even though it's long, and I have been shortening it down a few times. I've been remaking this video, and camera went out of power once, and all that stuff. I didn't know where it went out of power, so but yeah, let's get into it. First off, we got triple Dragonfly, triple Hornet, and triple Centipede, only 1 Ladybug, and 1 Gigamantis. I don't see why people actually play 2 Ladybugs. I don't see it giving any advantage to you playing 2. I mean, you would rather have a Hornet, because Hornet opens more pluses, more plays and stuff like that than Ladybug actually does. But Ladybug is just, it's just a really good supplement, to the game, to the Inzektors. So that is my Inzektor line up here. Next up, we got, there we go, 3 card this. It just allows me to set up for my plays, and it's so nice to play against new players and stuff like that, and they just go Valor and all that stuff, and I'm actually pretty fine with that because I might even have the combo on my hand anyways, but still just going for pluses there. So they're actually just wasting their cards on it. So as for the Valors, I only run 2. I have the third one in the extra deck, but that's again because of the meta in Denmark. I think there are more hero players than actual wind-ups, which are kind of a problem also for me, but they're no problem. Not that hard. Then got 1 Sangen, it searches out the Hornet, the Dragonflies and stuff like that. And with it to go 3 tour guides, which will be coming in 2 days. Woohoo! So I gotta order them there and might have them in 1 week. It's so awesome with the reprint. Yeah, that's it for the non-Inzektor monsters. It's 20 monsters. So let's go into the spells here. 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Allure of Darkness. I just like the Allure of Darkness. I don't know why. Some people don't like Allure, but I think it opens a lot of plays. I think it gets rid of a dead ladybug if you have that on your hand, and it just speeds up the deck even more. Then we got 1 sword. 2 seconds. There we go. 1 sword. Just had to put it in the sleeve. Just 1 gives me OTK potential again with the same thing with Gigamantis. I just don't want to run 2 Gigamantis, and neither would I run Giga Weevil. I think sword is fine for that. Double duality. Again, it allows me to set up, and with the Kakadis, I can set up even more with these guys. So 1 Heavy Storm and triple MST. For back row hate, I really just hate back rows. They stop me, so that's more than enough reason. I mean, I can always pop my sword. I can always pop my Gigamantis. It's no problem. I won't have any. I will always have any targets on the field. Have been only few times where I didn't actually have any targets on the field to pop. So off to the traps here. We got double Tarantula, double Call of the Haunted. I still like Call of the Haunted. Again, we play in this meta where other people, they warning, they trying to tribute my Dragonfly, and then I'm just, okay, Call of the Haunted. I got the play anyways. And to supply here the Call of the Haunted, I play Safe Zone again. The same thing. They go for Torrential, I Safe Zone. And then I basically lost 1 card. And obviously it's vulnerable to MST. But I don't actually think that MST is the hardest thing to play against. So alright, we got 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. It's just my tech. I like it. It comes in handy every time when I got it. It actually is pretty good. Then to my Solemn lineup, it's 1 Starlight Road and 2 warnings. Just for that hate on. Again, I have actually used this quite often, and if I haven't used it, I had it as a target to pop, which I always need. I can always use a target to pop, so why not my own card? To the extra deck, real quick. Got 1 Stardust Dragon. I am not fond of these guys. The only one I am playing actually is the string here, but that is because he can get 3000 plus that we don't have Acid Golem. So that's the only reason why I'm playing this. As for yeah, 1 Zen mains, and this should actually be another Zen main, so 1 Giga Brilliant. Again, same thing with the other one, Leviathan. If it gets bottomless trap hold, I'm not happy with that. So yeah, double Leviathan right here. 1 Utopia, never made this, but it's there just in case. We got 1 extra stack, just to take Graphite, to take the dragons and stuff like that. I don't like Beetle because it requires level 6 rank, yeah, level 6. And extra stack is kind of easier to make. So we got 1 Armor Ninja. I like going him first turn. 1 Zenmayo. Mostly second game when I side the Royal Decrees and stuff like that. I go for Zenmayo and blow up their stuff. It's always nice. Got 1 Tiras. Best card. And 1 Adris. Also pretty good. Pretty standard extra deck here, I would say. Don't think there's anything in particular weird about this. So but yeah, let's see this side deck. It is incomplete. I haven't fully tested it out yet, but I am playing 1 Veiler, double DD Crow. People are playing 3, but I like 2. Instead I run 1 Max C, just for more hand traps, and it's good against heretics, the Max C, where Veiler is actually not the best one. Of course I can stop a tomb, but if they, like the most heretic decks, they play 3 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, which is kind of a problem. They go for Atom, try to use its effect, I Veiler, and they just remove for the Red Eyes, and then they still got a heavy field, which I can't get over. So Veiler isn't that good against them. 1 Spirit Reaper, 1 Electric Virus. I still haven't figured out with these two. I might play 2 Spirit Reaper instead, and 1 Gorse. Just again, second game I will probably be siding most of the times these hand traps in, and with it comes the Gorse. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Next up we got double Dimensional Fissure. I can play around it, that's why. Stops dragons also, so that's good. Got double Chain Disappearance against Mirror Match and Rabbit and stuff like that. Also against heretics it's pretty good, because they have Iset, which they normal summon, and it has 1000 attack. You go for remove them, so that's pretty good. Got triple Decree, because I hate back row, especially when they slide against me. And 1 Bottomless Trap Hole to supply the other one, which I have in my main deck. Just like it, but as I said, the side deck is incomplete. But these are probably somewhat around those cards which I would play. I will maybe be changing one or two cards, but I hope you liked this video watching, even though it's really long. But yeah, thanks for watching.